Well, I gotta say, Benji had read everything that I put out on Messenger this morning. And so far, I gotta say that the truth is finally coming out about these workers. About the people that get on their horse, ride a horse throughout the entire day, and they don't even think about the ranch work. It is upsetting. I mean, really, it is. I have read a review, and from a past writer who attended West Creek. And she said, they do not take care of these horses. Their stalls are dirty. Their water is dirty. These chores are not done. Yet they go out and they ride throughout the entire day, leaving the other people to do the dirty work and the hard work, while they go out and they have fun. You know, and I'm not naming names on who those people are. But, they know who they are. And they know that for us to function as a team, to take care of this place, it takes teamwork. It's not just one person that will do the chores. But it's not about getting on a horse and riding all day and thinking life is a free ride. Life is just peachy. Life is so good. Life as we know it is really good. If people would pitch in and say, hey, you know what, let's just put personal things aside and say, okay, well, we can work together and make things work. Make things work out. I think that should have been from start to finish. But, these reviews, Benji looks at these reviews and determining whether good or bad, he's going to choose a review and say, okay, well, this was good. That we did great customer service. And somebody else would say, oh, they did a sloppy job. And they literally didn't think about how others would react. But I believe that West Creek is in a crisis right now. I believe that it is in a setback right now. And because the people, there are some people on that ranch who flat up ignore the ranch work. They just do little bit by little bit. But when it comes to horse riding, they immediately get on the horse and they allow the volunteers or the other workers to do the job, and they don't pitch in to help. Now, I really think that's wrong right there. That's just my personal opinion. But really, they need to think about it, that when you have horses, these are high maintenance animals They need constant care 24/7 around the clock. Yeah, and yes, there's nothing wrong about riding a horse. I mean, as long as other people could get a turn at going out on the trails, people can enjoy a trail ride because of hard work. And I've seen that throughout this whole entire weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that I went out there, and I saw this one guy just taking all the rides, and that guy taking all the rides. I think clearly that is not fair. I think everybody, and as I said before in the previous episode, I think everybody should be entitled to participate. I think everybody should, including me. Because I love riding Picani. I love riding him. I love doing videos. I love doing a lot of things on the ranch that I love. And it infuriates me of how unorganized this team is. And finally the truth is finally coming out. And as I said before, Group A gets to go out. They come back. They put their horses on the water. A and C and B, whatever groups they are doing the ranch chores. Everybody participates in that. Then, when it comes to the second ride of the day, Group B gets to go out, leaving Groups A and C to do the ranch chores. When Group B returns, they put their horses on the water. Everybody works the chores. When Group C gets ready to go out on their ride, A and B are left to do the chores. But you know what? That's not what this ranch is doing right now. It's an unorganized team. People barking orders. And even though I've almost been with this organization for 2 years, and this guy just decides, I'm going to bark orders at him because he's a volunteer, and his time is free. And so far doesn't get paid. But maybe that'll change. Maybe for the better it will. But when we look at what's going on, is the chores not being done? And as I said before, I went out there Friday where there was a paddock and there was full horses in that paddock. That whole enclosed area where the horses only have 2 troughs to drink from. And they clearly had no water, so that tells me that nobody was back there to even care. It is upsetting. And I have never felt so much upset in all of my life. And it's kind of hard to even witness that. But, as I say before, time and time and time again, maybe West Creek will figure things out. Maybe there is time for change. Maybe there is time to get rid of employees that do not care about the value of what a ranch should have. And that is to literally take care of a ranch that has so many horses on property. Horses are high maintenance pets. And as I said, they are 24/7 care. They need it around the clock more than you can ever think of. But I do hope and pray that there will be a change. That West Creek will finally get going. And, enough of this taking out all the rights that people need to share. It is not fair that somebody gets taken advantage of because they work hard and they're not being awarded for their work. That is completely unfairism. And it really is. It's unfair that people have been treated this way. And it's time to literally expose the truth on the people that literally slack off. And literally people that do nothing. And I hate to say something about it, but it's the God's honest truth. To make this place better for the people and for everybody that goes to West Creek. I hope that there is change on the horizon. I pray that there is. I pray that everybody will get to go out on trail rides. And, and I hope and pray that people just quit being so damn selfish, hogging up all the rides and saying, oh, you know what? Life is a free ride. Life is so much fun when we're on horseback all day long. And people are not given an opportunity to get out on trail. And to tell you one thing, I'm not just a volunteer. I should be a worker for this place. To get out on the weekends and be appreciated for all the work that I do. I don't do it for the workers. I do it for these hardworking boys and girls. And I do it for Benji and Lana. And I do it for them. Not for the workers. But for Benji and Lana and the horses, that I will do. But, it would have been nice to make maybe a little bit of money during the weekends. I don't mind $20 for the service that I give. Or 30, whatever's reasonable. Or maybe go out on a trail ride. I would call it fair on that. And to tell you one thing, when we look at our ups and downs, when we look at what goes on, it's, think about it. When you have your ups and downs, you could better improve and you could try to make things right. But maybe through this team, maybe Benji will make things right and issue write-ups or terminations. I mean, maybe he will. I mean, who knows what could happen in the near future. Maybe he'll hopefully come up with a schedule that everybody can participate in helping West Creek be a better place. And that's for all of us. It's not just for one person. It's for all of us to be as a team, and as a team should. But I look at this team and I say to myself, this team has a funny way of showing the teamwork. And yeah, literally it does. Right now it's got a funny way of showing it. But, you know, if we were a team, things would be better. You know, and I really do miss the previous team, because you know what? A previous team, like Allie, she made that place better. And you know, I miss her every day. I wish that she would have been back, you know, because I know she pretty much left the horse riding business a long time ago. That's been almost 2 years. But she would have made this place better. She would have made it stronger than ever before. And yeah. And now we have this team. And this team should better improve. To share the trail rides, to share the chores, to share everything 50-50. Everybody should do the work. It's not just sitting around and getting on the horse, getting inside, you know, getting on the saddle. Everybody should take turns getting on a horse and getting into a trail ride. And it's not just for everybody. You know, everybody needs to participate. You know, and that's what needs to happen. And maybe it will. Give or take, I hope and pray that changes will come. Maybe Benji and Lana will talk about it. Maybe they'll say, hey, you know what? Jonathan's been really stressed out about what he witnessed on a weekend where all the chores were handed down to him and this one other guy. And completely unfair that him and this other guy didn't go out on trail rides. Now, why is that? Number one, because the trail rides were hogged away. And because the same people keeps getting on the horse and they fail to realize that they're missing one equivalent thing that is on that ranch. And that is the chores. You know, and that, as I said before, I read that review. The review of that one lady, former writer. She said that the troughs were dirty, that the horse pens were not in good shape, and just a lot of things that could make you scratch your head and say, man, I wish things were better. I wish people would work like a team should. I wish for that too, and I hope and pray that West Creek will get that. That these boys and girls will be taken care of. They deserve fresh water. They deserve a lot than what we are giving them. If we are giving them very little because, they carry us on their backs. And how much are we saying thank you to them for allowing us to do that? I mean, how much? How much do we say thank you for them doing that? I guess not enough, because a lot of us treat them like machines, but they are not machines. They are living beings. They ought to be treated like living beings, and they ought to be treated like they are family, and they are. It's disappointing to see people treat them differently. Oh, they're just I mean, that's what they are. They are living beings. That's what they are. But you know what? I hope and pray that this next upcoming weekend will be better. That people will put aside personal differences and say, hey, if you want to go on a trail ride, you're more than welcome to do that. Nobody is stopping you. If you want to do ranch chores or ranch work or whatever, well, it shouldn't be an option for somebody to tell you to do those chores. You get the chores done. And, that goes for everybody. That goes for me too. Because, like it or not, those boys and girls deserve a nice, clean home. And that goes for everybody there. They don't deserve dirty pens, and they don't deserve dirty water. They don't deserve those things. They deserve to have a nice clean pen and fresh water to drink and hay to eat. Or alfalfa, whatever. But, that's what needs to happen. And I hope and pray that things will change for the greater good. And yes, there needs to be either write-ups or finding new people that'll join our team to make West Creek a better place for these boys and girls that are on that property. And I hope and pray that there is a change coming, and I hope that there is. However many times I pray for that, I pray for it a lot. But anyway, part 2, I just thought that things would be better. And it will be. Take it a little time. Now, Benji and Lana probably already know what's going on about the trail rides being hogged away from so many that would love to be out on trail. And they don't even get a chance of getting out on trail. They are bossed around by other employees saying, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. And that's one thing that needs to change. The employees should not have authority to bark orders at people, to say that you're going to do this, to say you're going to do that while they're out on trail. Everybody needs to pitch in. Everybody needs to be a team. And as I said before, that this team has a funny way of showing that they are a team. They have a funny way of showing it. But anyway, maybe things will come to a change. Maybe something will give. But hopefully it will. But anyway, I guess I'm done for now, so we'll see y'all back later.